Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Chris Yee.
And I'm Mike DiLisio.
And today we're taking a look at a game you can't even see here in the screen, probably. It doesn't look good under these lights. But it looks good if you get close because it's Torchlit.
There's a lot of detail that's really good on that cover. That you're right. They can't see.
It's hard to see, especially here. I'll put it up against my dark shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got some nice foiling effects on it that you can really see when you're close.
This is a new trick-taking game from David Spalinski from All Play Games. It is for 2 to 5 players.
Who's the art by? Because it's pretty cool.
The art is from Harry Conway.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Veiled Fate.
Okay.
The Iliad cover.
Yeah.
He's an artist I'm keeping an eye on.
You're not kidding.
He's doing some good-looking stuff.
Would you like to know how to play? Well, watch this.
Here's Torchlit on the table. This game plays up to 5 players, and the setup is going to be a little bit different based on player count, what cards you include, and how many doors are on the table. There is a score tracker here included, where you play the 3 rounds and you total it up, 2-player side on the back. The idea in this trick-taking game is that players are going to be playing cards into the middle of the table. Others have to follow the same suit if they can. This player over here has a green in hand, so they must play it. And this player over here has green in hand, so they must play it. At this point, whoever wins the trick is the player who played the highest number of the led suit. So in this case, where all the cards are green, this person wins it. So they will get to advance their matching piece 1 step forward to the next dungeon door. Whoever played the lowest card gets to be the torchbearer. And what this means is that they'll go first and lead the next trick, as well as they get to choose 1 card from each of the suits and place it underneath a matching colored door. This will make more sense as we talk about scoring, but there's one thing I do want to clarify. So let's say that in this case, this player led green, this person followed green, and if this person had no green cards in hand, they could choose to do one of 2 things. One, they could play an offsuit card, so something like this, and an offsuit card just won't count. This player would still be the winner. This person would be the one who played the lowest card of any suit, so everything else would be the same. However, a player can also play a trump card in. The red, you'll notice, has a little bit of foiling on it, and to signify it's a special card. So the trump card, the trump suit, if played into a trick, is automatically counted as the highest suit, and therefore this person would win the trick, and so this player here, the cleric, would get to advance 1 door forward. Also, any player who played the same rank or numbered card as the winning card would also get to advance their piece 1 door forward. If this person had played off suit, for example, by having no green and played a 4, then while the wizard would advance 1 point for winning the trick, this player here would also get to advance 1 step for playing a matching numbered card. Now that you understand how the trick-taking plays, let's talk about the point of the game. One of the first things you'll do at the start of each round is you're going to look through your hand of cards and choose one to keep face down as your torch value. So this player might put down a 4 here, saying that they would like their character at the end of the round to have advanced to the number 4 door. If they land exactly on the door number matching where they have bid that they will land, they'll get 3 points for scoring, as well as other scoring. When playing into the final trick of a round, the player will only have 1 card left in hand, but they also have the opportunity to play their bid card if they would like instead. So in a case like this, if I played this card here, I would win the trick, but I would move past the door of my bid number, but I could choose instead to put this down as my torch and play this card instead. In this case, I would win the trick, or the rogue would win the trick, and they're no longer in 4, but they are trying to land on the card that they bid down here instead, and so they would still earn the 3-point bonus. The player who throws in the lowest numbered card is the torchbearer and chooses between the cards which are going to be added underneath the different numbered doors. Every suit that is played in has to have at least 1 card added, so this 4, being the only of the orange cards, must be added here, and then this player gets to choose whether to add the 2 out here in the green suit or the 4, and they'll choose to do this since they're on the 4 spot. At this point, every player is going to reveal their bid card at the end here and will score bonus points if they landed on that value. In this case, the wizard, the purple player, is not on the 5, so not only do they not hit their bid, they don't get those 3 points, but this card gets flipped upside down and added to the column that they were aiming for. This player over here, the cleric, played a 4, and they did match the column, so they'll get 3 points. And the rogue over here is in the 5 column, so they'll get their 3 points. Then, players are going to total up the value of each door number space. So column 4 is going to be worth 2 points for each of the red suit cards or the trump cards, 2 points for every one of the upside-down torches that are there, and 1 point for every other monster card. So in this case, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, however, divided between all the players who are on that door at that same time. So there's going to be 2 points to wizard, 2 points to cleric. Cleric, of course, got the 3-point bonus for correctly guessing their bid, their landing location. In this case, the rogue is going to get those 3 bonus points plus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more for being the only player on door number 5 and therefore not having to divide these points amongst other players. After 3 rounds of play, whoever has the most points is going to be the winner. Now, there are a few little variations. In a 2-player game, you're going to play 4 rounds instead of 3 rounds. Each player is going to be dealt 12 cards, but they will also have, face up in front of them, 3 stacks with the top card face up and the other cards face down. They will have to lead from here and kind of run an automated computer player. So that's what comes inside of Torchlit.
I think everyone who plays this game or looks at it is going to like the way it looks. The cards and everything, the sheen on the cards, the color, the tokens. I mean, this is kind of becoming the typical thing for all play at this point. Their stuff looks good.
It does. And for a trick-taking game, I would call this almost a deluxe production. And it's interesting because it started as a print and play. And so you kind of had from, very kind of more simplistic type of a look to it to this very wow production. Still in a small box, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's little details that are nice. Obviously, the cards look gorgeous. I love all the artwork, the foiling, 2-tone foiling on some of the stuff. It's primo, but also small details like when you line the doors up. I wish I'd point this out in the overview. They are jigsawed in a way that you cannot put the 2 in front of the 0. They've kind of foolproofed laying out even the doors. Like everything about it feels nice. Necessary? Maybe not.
And
cool?
Speaking,
yes.
Yeah, speaking as a fool, I definitely appreciate that being proofed for me.
Well, I mean, let's briefly touch on theme here. This is a dungeon delve,
Yeah.
but sort of.
Yeah, I wouldn't come into this thinking like, oh, trick-taking is a mechanism being used to drive a dungeon-themed game. No, or dungeon-crawling game. It's definitely not. It's 100% a trick-taking game with a theme of dungeon delving. It's really just thematic.
To a degree, I almost wish that the cards for each player were just a color, because, and this is not a negative, right? But you have to set the expectation when someone goes, ooh, wizard? Oh, cleric. You're like, wait. Purple and tan.
Yeah, although I have to wonder if they weren't already thinking about potentially some expansions. Even a small deck of cards, which is basically this, here are 3 potential powers the rogue can have, 3 potential powers the wizard could have. I can easily see them doing that.
But out of the box,
yes,
it's just you're the purple player and I'm the blue player now.
I don't know if y'all have noticed, there's thousands of trick-taking games that exist now. And many, 100 or so come out every year at this point.
Yes.
There's a lot of them. This one is not similar to your mainstay games in many ways.
No.
In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's unintuitive, I think. Regardless of whether you like it or not, I don't think if you play a lot of trick-taking games, this one feels different.
There's nothing thematically or even that ties into an earlier trick-taking game I can think of that would explain some of the things this game does. So I agree with you in the unintuitive. It's not like you're going to be like, oh, this is like that game. This is like that game. The only thing you're going to have is like, it's must follow. That's something that most people can understand. It has a trump suit. That's something that most people can understand. But the other stuff, I agree, it's new. It's not any necessarily tied to anything else.
There's a winner of a trick, but the lowest player separately gets to lead the next one. They also have the decision of placing cards out. You're making these different zones that you land in worth more points. There's also that if you play the same number as the winning, then you also get to advance a door. There's a lot that's different. unintuitive might be correct.
Yeah.
But it also strongly comes together, I think, to be worth all of those kind of disparate mechanisms.
This is one of those games where it might not be a bad idea to, right after the rules teach, play one round. All right, scrap it, let's go. Because I think once you play through a round, all of those things are like, oh, okay, I get it. I get how I place the cards. I get the implications of keeping that extra card and maybe swapping it. I get the idea of, oh, I have to move forward even if I don't win a trick sometimes. I think you have to actually see that in action at least once.
Plus the scoring. The
Right,
scoring
right.
is sensible, but it doesn't have any other analog, right?
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah.
else to kind of call back on. Say, oh, the scoring is kind of like this game or that game. Nope, it's an odd, different scoring.
I kind of disagree here. I think you guys play a lot more trick-taking games than most.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take more than a hand. I think it takes
Okay.
a game to
Sure.
understand
That's
this.
fair. That's fair. Yeah.
There's a lot. It's not even like there's a lot of rules. This is
Yeah.
a rule book.
It's the implication of
Yes.
It
each
really
rule.
is. And maybe this is just me not grasping it as well. And I play a lot of trick-taking games too. I just found it to be. There's a lot of games where when you play a trick-taking game, you get to those last 3-4 tricks and you're like, okay, this is like a very fine dance. I'll play
Yes.
this card, they'll play that, and then I'll play this one, and there's like a little bit of nuance. This one feels chaotic. I'm not saying it is chaotic, but it feels chaotic.
This, there's a lot of continuums in trick-taking games, right? Like the control, a lot of control versus a lack of control. Chaos versus predictability. I think that this is higher on the chaotic side, and I do think that there is a bit less control. They mitigate a little bit by giving you that whole card that you can switch out, right? But there are times when you're going to move forward and not by anything you can control. You played something earlier into a trick, someone else played the same number, they won, you're moving forward when you were planning on not moving forward. So I agree
really
with you.
dislike that mechanism, by the way. That's my least favorite mechanism of this whole game.
I get that, and I think a lot of people are going to bounce off of that. I do think that you have to know that this is not a entry-level trick-taking game. It's got a lot of weird things going on. B, you have to be okay with knowing that it's not perfectly predictable. You can't guarantee that you want to end up on space 4, that you're going to end up on space 4. You have to kind of build in, okay, well, I'm going to keep this card. I'd like to play this card into this trick, but it's more important for me to keep it because I think I need this range of at least 2 spots that I can throw out at the last, card to switch. You just have to be okay with that. Not everyone's going to be okay with that. You
Right.
know?
Well, even another thing out of your control is scoring. I landed on the
Yeah.
4 door, and that's the best door. It has the most cards tucked under it and everything, but I'm sharing the spot with 2 other people,
Yeah.
and therefore we're splitting up those points. Someone on door number 1, which had fewer cards tucked under it, is actually netting more points than
Right.
each of us. But I think that it feels more chaotic, and as I've played it more and started intentionally doing certain things, I'm not a big card counter.
Yeah,
when I
me
play
neither.
trick-taking games, I count the trump suit in this
Mm-hmm.
because that's the most often that you're going to line up with another number and accidentally be forced to move forward, or someone else laughs and goes, I'm going to push you forward by playing this one.
Right.
So I do feel like there's intentionality. I also think that there are more kind of random chaotic moments, but that comes in the earlier plays. And the more I've played it, the more I see, oh, this is a good time to do this because, it messes you up.
What other game has the switch in a card? Is it Xylophone or Xylotar or whatever?
Are you able to? Oh, you may be right. Can you? Yeah, I think in Magic Trick or Xylotar, you can do that. That's right.
You choose between two
Between
when
two.
you reveal. Yeah. So
And that actually was a switch in Xylotar. It was not that way in the original design.
yes,
You did not have the option.
so that's maybe the closest analog I
Yeah.
can think of, right? But it's still pretty fresh and different in this one. I really enjoy variable bid.
Yeah, I
right?
do.
Where
I do
you
too.
bid at the beginning. I think I'm going to get to like 4 tricks or so. And then with that second to or that last card in hand, you can make that switch. That feels good in a game where, sometimes you are being kind of moved around.
I
Pushed
think
around a
it's
bit.
almost necessary.
100%.
Because I think just with some of that lack of control, if you did not have any way to mitigate, then I think it would feel completely, arbitrary. So, really, before we maybe get to final thoughts, I thought that I had seen everything the game had to offer after playing it like maybe 3 times. And then Chris asked me a question over the phone one day, and I realized that I hadn't played every aspect of this game.
I don't know anything what we're talking about.
So this is the first all-play game that comes with an insert.
Yes.
And written on the bottom of the insert is a little cryptic clue. A lot of board gamers know.
Lift the insert. Well, we took the insert out here.
Yeah.
But underneath the insert is an advanced variant for the game.
Yeah.
And I had no idea. But Chris clued me in, whatever.
Yes, both.
Yeah, and we played we played with that. And so that's an interesting element. It adds a key card. I don't think we need to get into too much of it here. But there's an even more advanced way to play the game. Just make sure you look under your insert.
Well, for me, at the end of the day, this checks a lot of boxes that I'm not a big fan of. I like bidding for how many tricks you'll take in a game, but this one feels. I don't like them all. I like some of them. I like the Seven Seals or Die Fuger, whatever it was called back in the day.
There's Steven Seagal.
Yeah, the Steven Seagal. I like some of them, but I'm not a huge fan of that because it requires precision and also you don't know what everyone else is doing. Correct. Bidding and trick taking is not as big. And I don't like that switching the card. And I really don't like me having a nice, finely tuned plan and it feels like it's thrown off because Chris had the 3 of trumps. And I just did not count the cards to know that 3 of trumps was still out there.
Sure.
I get why people would like it. I don't think I would push this on anybody who wasn't a fan of trick-taking games. This would not be the first one I would teach people at all, even if you like hearts. I don't know that this would be the second one I would bring out to you. It would be farther than that. But I worry because the theme is so pleasant and cool and going in a dungeon, I think that's going to attract people. And also, it's 5 players and all, and it looks so great. For me, it's a 5.5, just shy of me saying it's okay. I guess I could be dragged into playing it.
There's so many trick-taking games out there. If you don't like it, pick a different one.
Yeah, and again, I'm not even saying it's bad. It's more of a things I don't love about the game. I can see why people like it. I want mine to be more straightforward. I don't even mind chaos, but I want to feel like I control it. And this one, I'll take the hit. I'm not a good player. I just didn't feel like I did.
I don't even think it's about being a good player or a bad player. I just think that...
I'm pretty sure it's about being a bad player.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I doubt that, honestly. I think it's just that certain styles of games are going to fit with more people than others. And this is one for the people that want a little weird in their trick-taking. This is for someone that has played a lot of trick-taking games and they want to see something done differently, something slightly quirky. This is that. This is not for the hearts players necessarily. They may like it, but it's definitely not this follows this type of a thing. Oh, if you like hearts, you're going to love Torchlit. Not necessarily. It's weird. It definitely takes a few plays to grok, and even then it may not, suit your play style. For me, it does. I like these weird kind of trick-taking games. I like that element of trying your best to mitigate some things that are out of your control. It's an incredible production. So I'm giving it an 8. It's really close even going to an 8.5, and it may, after more plays, we played a 2-player variant on it today, and that was much better than I expected it would be. But for now, I'm going to give it an 8, a very solid recommendation. If you like weird trick-takers, I think this is one to check out.
I'm giving this one an 8.5. I do like it a lot for all the things that Mike said. I understand all the reasons that Tom said. I genuinely do think that it comes down to if you want this degree of novelty in a card game, because it's not just kind of a simple, breezy card game at this point. It is this weird thing to mull over. I really like that there's a good 2-player mode on it.
Yeah.
I thought the 2-player mode was very fun. And you can also mix it with the thing that Mike spoiled over there.
I think it's a good spoil because you don't want to accidentally throw it away
honestly,
never find it.
Never find it.
Right,
yeah.
Yeah. But and you can actually blend that advanced variant even with the 2-player and the other. And I think that's neat. So the amount of little fine tuning that went into this, because it originally first came out Torchlit from, or there was a print from New Mill Games. And I'm really happy that this is a more attractive, nicer produced version of it. I know that they also have another one, the 6 of 8 is coming out from 25th Century.
Yep.
So I think that they're a neat indie publisher that has a good eye for this type of stuff. If you like that indie weird feel, but you also want like a beautiful production in a game, this is like a good killer combo for that. So yeah, with all of that combined, 8.5, I think it's excellent.
Well, there you go, folks. That's Torchlit, a new trick-taking game. The path is dark. Light a torch. No kidding. All right. I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Chris Yee.
I'm Mike DiLisio.
We want to say thank you to some of our GameFound backers. Thank you to Aaron, our board game buddy from Norway, to everyone at the Dice Tower. That's us. Oh, Alex and Elmer Berghaus, to Justin, Chelsea, Oriana, and Artrius Smith, and Nicholas Clemente. Thank you all for supporting us, and thank you guys for watching. We'll see you.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video from the Dice Tower. Hey, you want to learn more about us, communicate with us? We have a Facebook group, we have a Discord channel, lots of different ways to get involved with the Dice Tower. You can find that in our Linktree link below. So just click that, it will take you and you can communicate with us on Facebook, join our Facebook groups. There's lots of cool things that you can find and become part of the Dice Tower. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Vasel.
Would you like to know how to play? Well, watch this. Because I didn't know who was teaching. But I think it's Chris now.
Chris did it.